Let me ask you something. What if I told you there's a cryptocurrency that wasn't built just for investors, but to completely replace the global banking system? Yes, I'm talking about XRP. This is the coin that people are either extremely excited about or completely confused by. In today's video, I'm going to make everything crystal clear for you. We're covering what XRP is, how it works, why it's different from Bitcoin, and most importantly, what its future looks like. So watch till the end because I'm going to share something at the last that most people have never thought about. Let's start from the very basics. XRP is a digital currency, but it's not just a coin. Behind it is an entire technology and a company. That company is Ripple Labs, founded in 2012 in San Francisco. Ripple built XRP for one specific purpose: to make international money transfers fast, cheap, and reliable. Now think about this: if you want to send money from the US to someone in another country today, what happens? The bank takes 3 to 5 days. Fees can go up to 10%, and there are 3 to 4 middlemen involved in the process. Ripple's mission was simple: eliminate this entire problem. XRP works as a bridge currency. So whether you need to convert dollars to yen or rupees to euros, XRP steps in the middle, converts in 1 second, and the transaction is done. Simple? Absolutely. Powerful? Incredibly. Now here comes the confusion that lives in everyone's mind. What exactly is the difference between XRP and Bitcoin? Listen carefully, these are two completely different things. First, let's talk speed. A Bitcoin transaction takes around 10 minutes to confirm. An XRP transaction settles in just 3 to 5 seconds. Now fees. Bitcoin fees can sometimes go as high as $20 to $50. XRP fees are around $0.0002, practically nothing. Now purpose. Bitcoin was built as a decentralized currency, the idea of be your own bank. XRP was built for banks so financial institutions can settle with each other quickly. And finally, mining. Bitcoin is mined, meaning computers use massive amounts of energy to create it. XRP is pre-mined. All 100 billion XRP already exist. Think of Bitcoin as digital gold, a store of value. Think of XRP as a digital highway built for moving value. Both are useful, but they serve completely different purposes. Now let's talk about real world use. Where is this actually being used? Ripple has a product called RippleNet, a global payments network that connects banks and financial institutions. And this isn't just small startups we're talking about. The names on this list include Santander, one of Europe's biggest banks. American Express is on there. Standard Chartered is on there. And yes, even SBI, the State Bank of India. Over 300 banks and institutions worldwide are part of this network. All of them use Ripple's technology to settle payments faster and cheaper. Right now, the global cross-border payment market is worth $150 trillion, and a huge chunk of it is still slow and inefficient. That's exactly the space Ripple wants to own. Here's a real example to make it concrete. A company in Japan wants to send $1 million to Mexico. Through a traditional bank, that's 3 days, high fees, and currency risk. Through RippleNet, it's a few seconds, near zero fees, and XRP bridges the conversion automatically. This isn't just theory, this is already happening. Now let's talk about the topic that made XRP both famous and controversial: the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. In December 2020, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filed a case against Ripple Labs. Their argument was that XRP is actually an unregistered security, meaning Ripple illegally raised money from investors. The moment this news hit, XRP's price crashed, dropping over 60% in just a few days. Several major exchanges delisted XRP entirely. But the story doesn't end there. In 2023, Ripple got a partial victory. The judge ruled that XRP traded on public exchanges is not a security. That ruling was a landmark moment for the entire crypto industry. The case continued to evolve after that, but this decision made one thing clear: you can't simply call XRP illegal. And that's why, despite all this controversy, XRP still sits comfortably among the top cryptocurrencies by market cap. Now the most important question: what does the future of XRP actually look like? Central banks around the world are building their own digital currencies, known as CBDCs. Ripple is actively working with governments to build that CBD infrastructure. Countries like Bhutan, Palau, and Montenegro have already partnered with Ripple. On top of that, the XRP ledger is becoming a full ecosystem. DeFi, ENFs, and smart contracts are all being built on it now. That means developers can build entire applications on top of XRP's network. And whenever regulations become clearer, institutions get more comfortable jumping in, which means even bigger adoption ahead. But I want to be honest with you about the risks too. Ripple is a centralized company, and they hold a large portion of the XRP supply. Competition is real. Swift has upgraded its own system, and regulatory uncertainty, while better than before, isn't completely gone. Alright, let's bring it all together. XRP is a fast, cheap, and scalable digital currency built specifically for banks and financial institutions. Bitcoin is digital gold. XRP is a digital payment trail, and that difference matters. If the banking sector goes truly digital and CBSEs go mainstream, XRP is positioned to be a core part of that infrastructure. I'm not telling you to go invest, this is not financial advice. But I will say this: XRP is one of the few cryptocurrencies that is directly tied to the future of global banking. And the future of banking is going to be very, very interesting. If this video added value, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment and tell me, are you bullish or bearish on XRP? In the next video, we'll break down exactly what drives XRP's price. That topic deserves its own full episode. Until then, take care.